Welcome to the Funeral Funds Life Insurance Podcast. I'm your host, Randy Vandervate from Funeral Funds of America, and you can find us at funeralfunds.com. That's funeral, Funds.com. Whether you're interested in term life, whole life, mortgage protection, annuities, disability, business continuation, or final expense life insurance, we have you covered. Our team of experienced professionals will guide you through the complexities of insurance products to help you make an informed decision. In this podcast, I'm going to be discussing why life insurance is crucial for single seniors. Now, you wouldn't think, being a single senior, that you probably need any life insurance at all. So many people would ask themselves, well, why does a single senior even need life insurance? I mean, if they just pass away, you know, things just happen. Whatever happens, happens. Well, a lot of people don't, they want to have some certainty about some things that happen after they're gone. And these are just good, responsible people who understand that, when they pass away, there's going to be some debts or financial obligations. And there also may be some things that, they just want to accomplish, perhaps even afterlife that they weren't able to accomplish during life. So the first really talking point here today in this podcast about why life insurance is crucial for single seniors is just financial protection for end of life expenses. So life insurance is a terrific product to provide money after somebody passes away. It's probably, if you don't have savings or liquid assets or cash lying around or gold coins or something, life insurance is pretty cool. And when you get life insurance, you can invest a small amount a month in a monthly premium. And when you pass away, a large amount of money is delivered to the beneficiary. And, you know, we're all going to die someday. So if you're a single senior and, you're cooking in the kitchen and all of a sudden you have that heart attack and you just go down on the ground, well, there's things that have to happen, after you pass away. There's expenses. Some people don't care. They say, hey, just let the coroner take care of it. Let the state take care of it. Just cremate me with, all the convicts and the criminals from the jails and all that other stuff, and they just don't care, and that's fine. If that's the case, then yeah, just let things be what they are. But most people don't want that. Most people have families, even if they're a single senior, they have families, and they don't want to place that burden of their death and their final expenses on those that they care about the most. And life insurance is a great way to do that. Specifically for most single seniors, that would be whole life insurance. If you're in your, 70s or 80s, getting term life insurance can be difficult, shall we say. And also the term life insurance is going to typically end once you get beyond age 80. And many of the term life insurance plans that come in smaller face amounts like 5, 10, 15, 20, $25,000, most of those plans are offered by insurance companies that have 5-year banded age coverage on that. So what that means is every 5 years, your premiums are going to go up, and then these policies are going to cancel once you get beyond age 80. So that's not a whole lot of certainty. People, we don't know when we're going to die. We don't know if it's going to be 20 seconds from now or 20 years from now. But seniors out there, they're wise beyond their years in many cases, and they know that, they know what they don't know, and they don't know when they're going to die, and it's never going to be a convenient time, I suppose, for family or for the person dying either. But yeah, I mean, whole life insurance protects and covers for your whole life. And that's what a senior should be looking for in almost every case. And you want first day coverage. You don't want one of those plans that has a 2-year waiting period. You've seen those 995 plans advertised on TV. Those Colonial Penn plans are 2-year waiting period plans. So don't be fooled. You got to read that fine print that's on that screen for, a good 2/10 of a second in blurry print, right? So yeah, just be cautious. But yeah, end of life expenses is kind of the number one thing that most single seniors would be looking at. Kind of number two would be, leaving a legacy behind, or just supporting loved ones financially. So you don't have to have a huge income as a senior to have a huge impact later if you have life insurance. Because again, you can take your fixed or limited income, a few dollars out of that, send it to the insurance company. And then when you pass away, the insurance company will send a big check back to your loved ones and family and those that you care about most. And you can even, depending on the insurance company and the policy, you can even name a charitable organization as a beneficiary. So, maybe you're an animal lover and you find you want money to go to an animal rights organization. Maybe you care about, helping women who are kind of struggling and, maybe pushed out of the home and stuff like that. That would be an amazingly worthy cause. There's all sorts of different things you can do. And if you've got the insurance in place, those few dollars that you send into the insurance company every month can be magnified just amazingly to a really large amount that's going to really help and support a charitable organization that you care about. Could even be the church, could be anything you want. So just keep that in mind. Another thing that the life insurance for single seniors does is cover outstanding debts and other financial obligations. Most of the time people are going to have some debt, maybe a mortgage, and could be credit cards, could be you know doctor bills. You maybe have problems with the health or something like that. Could be personal lines of credit, whatever it might be. But when you pass away, it's if you've got an estate, what the debt collectors are going to do is they're going to come after their portion and get it out of your estate. So if you had a house, they could place perhaps a lien or something like that. They're going to want their money out of it, and they'll pursue that. Now, if you don't have any other assets and you're just like renting and you don't have any other assets, there's nothing for nothing for, the bill collectors to really come and get. But, it just depends what your view on responsibility is. And, are you responsible to pay that debt both in life and after you pass away? I just that's kind of a personal decision, but most people would say, hey, if it's my debt, I should make sure that it gets paid off whether I'm here or not. And life insurance works terrifically for that. Another aspect of life insurance for single seniors is supplementing retirement income. So there are policies out there, whole life insurance policies, that they build up cash value. And that cash value can be used for loans. You can withdraw out of there, kind of buy things that you needed, pay it back, kind of be your own bank. Now, I want to tell you, I want to be straight up here. Most of the final expense policies that we help people with, they might be anywhere from ten to $25,000, 5,000, kind of whatever it might be. Just depends on the person and what their needs are. Those aren't going to build adequate cash value to send you on a Caribbean cruise or anything like that. What we really recommend is, that cash value just be set aside. There's an option with most insurance policies that if for some reason your normal form of payment gets interrupted, maybe it's a banking error, maybe your account got hacked or something like that, that your premiums can draft out of that cash value in your policy to keep your policy in force, and we highly recommend that. Now, once you figure out that the banking issue has been an issue and you get it corrected, you always want to go back and repay back those payments that had been borrowed out of your cash value, because you just want to retain the full face amount. So let's say you had a $10,000 policy and you had, I don't know, $200 worth of payments came out to keep the policy active. You'd want to pay that $200 back. Otherwise, the policy would only pay $9,800. So just keep that in mind. It's a really nice financial safety net to keep your policy in force, just in case something ever did happen with your banking info. But yeah, as far as like real big cash value, that's more of something that you've got to plan earlier in life to get that cash value built up. And in many cases, the average person kind of maximizing cash value and whole life insurance doesn't make a lot of sense, in my opinion. If you're a high income earner and you've maxed out all your other kind of investment opportunities, then cash value is a rockin' solid good deal to take a look at, because it's one avenue that you can really leverage your money and get some really amazing kind of tax advantages out of. Another aspect of life insurance for seniors is long-term care planning. So some insurance policies have like long-term care kind of riders. Maybe if you're in a nursing home or something like that, depending on the policy, some of them have nursing home provision riders where you can actually get access to your policy. So let's say you had a $25,000 policy, and now you're in a nursing home and you're permanently confined in the nursing home. If you needed to, you can get a portion of that $25,000 that was intended as a death benefit to pay for some of those costs in that nursing home. So it's a pretty cool deal. That's policy specific. And then some policies, not all of them, depends on the insurance company, have accelerated living death benefit riders in there as well. What that means is if you were diagnosed with a terminal illness and had less than 12 months to live, you can actually get that money out before you die. And people might go, well, why do I want that money out before I die? It's meant for after I die to pay expenses. Well, here's the thing. If you went to the doctor and the doctor said, "Hey, we got the test back, you've got cancer, you're gonna die in 8 months," within 8 months, um, you know, that would be terrible. That'd be hard to deal with, at least for the first month or 2, but then most people would get their heads wrapped around it and start thinking, "Well, man, I don't wanna leave all this stuff behind for my children and loved ones. It sucks to have to do this, but why don't I go down to the funeral home? I'll get that money out of my life insurance policy while I'm still alive and go prepay my funeral and get everything taken care of." I know it sounds morbid, but in this case, morbid is just responsible, just being responsible. And so let's say that's $10,000. Now you've got $15,000 left out of that $25,000. You can do anything you want with that. You can pay off bills. You can do special things. You could take a trip, family trip, vacation that you've never been able to do because you didn't have the money. Have that one last final memory for you. Have a lifetime of memories for those left behind. So just keep in mind that you can do any number of things with an insurance policy, depending on the riders that it has. And another thing too, as far as life insurance and single seniors, is just the flexibility to control your legacy. Whenever you pass away, no matter what happens after you pass away, people are going to be talking at your funeral, and they're going to be talking about you for generations to come. What happened? What did you do? How did you make people feel? Were you responsible? And some people don't care about their legacy, and some people do. They just want to say, you know what? I don't want to be a burden on folks, and I don't want them to have to pay any of my obligations. And I really just want to make sure that I leave this world a better place for them, as far as their lives and finances and everything like that. And ultimately, in the end, people that get life insurance, they just want that peace of mind, that knowing that everything's taken care of. And there's a certain amount of independence that comes with being a single senior, and just knowing that everything's taken care of offers them that peace of mind, so that when they pass away, they know that everything's taken care of, their legacy is preserved, and that, they're going to leave this world just a little bit better than when they got here. So that's why life insurance is crucial for many single seniors. My name is Randy Vanderveen, and I hope this podcast has been helpful to you. Funeral Funds of America can help you qualify for first day coverage or benefits at funeralfunds.com. That's funeral, FUNDS.com. And our phone number is 888-862-9456. We will be blessed to help you with this in the future. Until that day comes, stay safe, take care, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.